Good morning, good-looking people, and you're good-looking because you're always looking, and of course, you are finding the good in everything and in everybody. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a great weekend. Today is the Hayom we're doing for the 2nd of Adar, so this one is going to be the Hayom for the 2nd of Adar, Sheni. It's the month of Adar. It's a month of joy and happiness and great energy and positivity, so make sure you're in that mood. Even if you're not, fake it. You'll get there eventually. So it's the 2nd of Adar Sheni, and the Hayom today is talking more about blessings. Yesterday we talked about the Annunciation in Yalav Yavai, about how important it says Ufagdenu Voi, that we say the proper Annunciation on the first part, and on the Boy and then Voi, and we said that Ufagdenu is a play on the words of the Parsha Pekudei, and that all counting of the Jewish people should be for good, for blessing. So today we're talking about the blessing itself. Sometimes we go and we ask a tzaddik for a bracha, or we write and we ask for a bracha. However, if we don't do our part, which is to make that vessel to take on that blessing, we may not see the fruit of those blessings. So today's emphasis is all about what we need to do in order to make sure those blessings reach us. We'll read the Hayom inside, and we'll give you a couple of notes and the message of the day. So for the 2nd of Adar Sheni, it says, a bracha must have a hold in something. Just as rain benefits only the plowed and sown field, and early and later heavy rains benefit the crops of fields or vines, but a waste field that's unplowed and unsown will benefit from neither the soft rain nor the early or the later heavy rains. Very important point is that just like it says about the fields, and the reason, by the way, it's bringing up fields because right now is the time of the beginning of planting, that we're already finishing towards the end of winter and going into the spring, and this is the time of planting, which is why it brings up the words of fields and planting and rains, that if we don't work that field and we don't plow it and make the holes and work it in soil and all that great stuff and planting the seeds, when the rains come, nothing's going to grow. And the same thing when it comes to a bracha, or when it comes to receiving a bracha or something, we have to make sure that we're a vessel for it, which means, as it says here in the notes, the Rebbe Rayat said, we need to have a connection. There's got to be a hiskashrus to the Rebbe. That means you can't just walk in and get a blessing and walk away. You have to have that connection. You have to do your part. That means your davening, your mitzvahs, and following whatever the strategy or the lesson that Rebbe is giving you. Also, one of the reasons this is being brought up today is in Parshas Pekudei, it talks about how the Yidden had completed the Mishkan. And once it was complete, they went to Moshe, and Moshe gave them a bracha. It says, from working with their hands, that after they've done the job and they created this vessel and they created this Mishkan, the tabernacle, that's when Moshe gave them the blessing and that they should be able to receive it. So the message of the day is clear, that we need to do our part in order to make sure that the blessing that we're trying to take in has an effect. Somebody that just gets a blessing or is just trying to get something and doesn't really connect to it, they're going to have an issue. Rabbi Steiner brought up a very good point. You know, people win the lottery and they win millions of dollars, and then you go visit them months later, all the money is gone. Why? Because they didn't even know what to do with the money in the first place. They never had the skill set to really work with that type of money. So when the money came in, they blew it. They had no effect with it. Meanwhile, you look at millionaires or people that are very successful, they go up and down, but once they have the skill set, even if they lose it all, they have the ability to make it all right back because that skill and that connection is there. And that's the blessing of the day, and that's the blessing to all of us. First of all, it's the month of Adar, it's the month of lotteries, it's good omens, everything is good in this month. So it should be matzliach, and everything that we do, we should work hard to make ourselves a vessel to receive that blessing. And when we receive the blessing, which we will get the blessing, we should know what to do with it, and we should know how to connect with it so that not only does it come to us, it pours on us like the rains, and we should have so much blessing that we're looking to see what we can do with it. And that's the blessings of the day. Have a wonderful week. Have a successful week. Have a joyful and happy Adar, and we'll talk more tomorrow.